So, I mean, in terms of the growth of the algos, and I mean, the GUI, I would imagine, gave you a bit of a bump because, you know, I totally take your point around people liking the API version, but there's a lot of pre-trade work that goes into people like to, and they just like to see it on the screen in front of them, don't they? So, I mean, has that been a big driver?
Well, so actually, you know, the GUI just launched a couple months ago.
Yeah.
And in August, on algos, we had a record ADV, 500 million.
Yeah.
And that maybe is, you know, tiny is GUI. So I expect, as you're thinking, the bump will come.
Yeah.
And in fact, we have now a nice pipeline of clients who want to use the GUI. And those clients, several of them will transition to the API. Which is why, you know, people also say, well, why did you start with the GUI versus the API? We're an API shop.
Yeah.
And eventually you're going to do all that stuff for the GUI anyway, so let's go somewhere. And the API, again, you know, when Tom and I talked about this, you know, let's do all the algos on the API, the board looked at us and said, what are you guys, really? You want to still have a job? And fortunately for us, COVID happened, and, you know, it just accelerated the adoption. But timing was perfect, huge effort. You know, Tom and his team did a great job. Took us a couple of years, but now it's perfect. And now we have the API, which is super unique, and now we have the GUI, and that combination. I mean, if we talk a year from now, I expect the volume. It's not going to be 50-50, but I think the volume will continue to probably be larger on the API than the GUI.
Yeah.
But you have to have it. It's a good transition, and some people will just always stay in the GUI.